want to lose anything through turnovers. They've played it that way. They know how desperately they need it. There's a look at Horace Ivory. He'll return the kick of Uwe von Schamann. Meanwhile, the Dolphins have not come up with any sort of a gambling measure whatsoever. And this will be backed up 5 yards, and they'll kick from the 30-yard line. Let's take a look at the stats, and the key note really was time of possession. It was all New England, as you can see. They more than doubled the possession time of Miami.
Not only has Miami been futile in rushing yards, but look at the passing yards. So there's no comparison in total yards, but with that degree of domination, don't you viewers as football fans agree that New England should be much further ahead, and that could catch up with them?
That's always a dangerous thing. You would think if you have a first half like that, things will open up the second half. Miami has been absolutely flat. New England's had every chance to put them away. They haven't. If Miami comes to life at all, New England could be in a big trouble.
5-yard penalty assessed, and von Schamann will kick it from the 30-yard line. Ivory moves up to about the 7-yard line. And again, a twisting kick that again will go out of bounds, and it'll back up 5 more yards. Uwe von Schamann, he is even startled.
I'll tell you, Howard, we've seen it all.
He cannot be trying to kick away from Horace Ivory. He's a single safety. He's going to get it no matter where von Schamann puts it. And Shula, I think, is saying that it did not go out of bounds. It went in the end zone.
I'm sure that's what he's saying, but he's got 2 chances.
He ain't going to win that battle.
Slim and none.
And Slim left town.
Don Shula showing you exactly how it did not happen.
Let's watch it.
Here it goes. I think you'll see that it did not. I mean, it did go out of bounds.
I think it went out of bounds too, Giff. Let's watch it. Let's watch it. It hasn't yet.
There it was.
It did right there.
That was clear.
So they back it up to the 25-yard line.
So we pick up where we left off.
There's Horace Ivory getting a little bored back there. And he's moved up now to about the 14-yard line. Von Schamann spirals another one. And Ivory takes it all the way back at his 7. Ivory left the football. There's a mad scramble.
But they were lucky.
And picking up the ball, Rick Sanford.
Let's watch it again. This is the 3rd mishandled kick tonight. 2 by New England, 1 by Miami. Ivory comes out okay. And he's lucky that he did, because he left the ball, as you'll see here, as he's carrying it loosely. He didn't get hit. He just swung it out.
He didn't know it was gone for a while.
Neither did Miami, because they had 2 players there, neither of whom knew it was gone.
New England leading 6-0 as we get the first offensive play from scrimmage here in the 3rd quarter. New England inside their own 36, and here comes Vegas Ferguson over the left side. And Vegas Ferguson squeezes out a couple. It'll be 2nd down and 8. Offensively, again, we have across the line Lynn Kaitis at center, Hannon Adams at the guards, Jordan and Wheeler the tackles. Russ Francis will be in there tight end. There he is, number 81. Kavanaugh the quarterback, Vegas Ferguson 43, and Don Calhoun 44 setbacks. And the wide receivers are Harold Jackson 29, Stanley Morgan. Great potential out there, but Kavanaugh, or at least the game plan, obviously is then not to risk anything. They have had a very idle first half. Calhoun, he's been busy. Out over the 40 to the 41-yard line, a gain of a couple. It'll be 2nd down and 5. What a night we have here in Miami for football. What a beautiful day, and you're looking down from the Goodyear Blimp Enterprise. She soars high overhead. 3rd down, rather. 3rd down, 5. Andy Johnson, one of the best of the pass receiving setbacks for the Patriots, is in there now, number 32. That's excluding Chuck Foreman. And it appears that New England is reluctant to use Foreman. Kavanaugh, Peters will get him down at the 31-yard line.
That's what happens when you depend on the pass only on third down. You run on first and second. It's the toughest down to throw. They put Cavanaugh on a hold the entire night, making him come up with big third down plays. Here's an ISO. Cavanaugh goes back. Remember, he's got a tender knee, but he's really moving pretty good. Betters just beats his man Wheeler. Cavanaugh had no chance. Miami will have one now.
Hubash will punt for New England. Two safeties are back. Besalou, 46. Giaquinto, 35. That's an attempt to keep Hubash from kicking away from a single safety. Now we got ourselves a new football. We're ready to go. And here's Hubash, rookie from Kansas. Off the side of Hubash's foot, and a very heads-up and alert move. Glenn Blackwood saw that was short. He raced up to midfield, made the fair catch sign, and took it right there. Heads-up move by Glenn Blackwood.
Now let's see if Miami comes to life. They've got great field position at the midfield stripe, and maybe Woodley can get him stopped. We'll be back.
For a lot of reasons, a lot of people like our Buick Skylark. A lot. Some like its roomy accommodations for 5. Others like its front-wheel drive traction. Skylark also gets a lot of votes for its stand on the economy. And a lot of people are taken with its luxury and looks. We couldn't get all the reasons people like Skylark into this commercial, but we sure got them into the car. Buick Skylark. At your Buick dealers now.
Take it easy. You know, I was known for working long and hard during training camp. Why, even after my teammates were asleep, I'd still be out practicing my moves, and that's still important. So I drink light beer from Miller. Light tastes great. It's got 1/3 less calories than a regular beer, and the best thing is it's less filling. Because listen, I still train the same way as the old days. Practice, practice, practice.
Light beer from Miller. Everything you always wanted in a beer, and less.
Hubash was hurried on that punt by Tim Foley. An 18-yard net out of it. Glenn Blackwood, the fair catch call at midfield. Miami has good field position. First down 10. Del Williams, 24. Woody Bennett, 34. Those are your setbacks as Miami has their first offensive play from scrimmage, and they give the ball to Bennett, and Bennett struggles inside the 42-yard line for a gain of 8. It'll be second down and 2. Rod Shote defensively there for New England. New England Patriots, they've dropped 3 of their last 4 games. A humiliating one to the San Francisco 49ers. Not that it was humiliating to lose to the 49ers, but the manner in which they did so. And earlier in the season, New England defeated the Miami Dolphins 34-0. There were vows of vengeance by the Dolphins at that time. Second down 2. Duriel Harris, 82, wide receiver for Miami. Del Williams puts the football inside the 40-yard line, has the first down, it would appear, close to the 38.
You know, Giff, you got to have field position to play this game. The Dolphins, the first half, started the drive from the 31, the 6, the 31, the 3. This time they got the ball on the 50-yard line. They made a first down.
The only scoring of the night. New England romping all over Miami in the first half. They came up with a couple of field goals out of John Smith, one time settling for a penalty that would have left him with a third down and 8. They took the play instead and kicked a 23-yard field goal. And John Smith also hit from 33. So Del Williams, he'll throw it occasionally. And out of the ballpark occasionally.
Not bad for distance.
He really threw that ball.
I think he expected Nat Moore to drive deep, but Tim Fox and Rick Sanford both read Del Williams beautifully, and Nat Moore pulled up instead of going deep.
Well, here's Nat Moore. He's coming to the inside. He's really going to run a corner pattern. Here he goes. He breaks it off to the corner. And the ball sails over his head.
Well, Frank mentioned earlier that Duriel Harris has now been out 4 games, and they miss him desperately because he was their real deep threat. Nat Moore is a great receiver, but he is not the deep threat that Harris is.
Harris in there right now, but he has not been an intended receiver as of so far this night. On second and 10. There's a wild collision. Duriel Harris colliding with Tim Fox as Woodley overthrows Harris.
Well, David Woodley is just not having a good night throwing the ball. He had his receiver wide open for the second time down the field. We saw him on a curl-in pattern in the first half, overthrow the man. He threw that one high. He's got the high ball working.
Now look at that graphic. That shows you how futile Miami has been offensively tonight. They started this series in superb field position, down to the 39, first down. They got that on a run from Woody Bennett and another by Delvin Williams. And up to this point, they've come a crop.
Third down, 10. Elmer Bailey, a rookie from Minnesota, wide receiver, top of your screen for Miami, number 88. Woodley, and he connects with the rookie from Minnesota, Bailey, and he has the first down. They're down at the 20-yard line, and that was a strike.
And I can't tell you how much this means to a quarterback to be able to get your first strike in. It's the first ball he's thrown good tonight. Elmer Bailey just goes down the field, drives the defensive back off. He's wide open. They've been open in that zone the entire night. They're giving them plenty of room. And on defense, Howard, they're playing cautious.
And a rookie.
With a lot of speed, and you saw that speed being respected by both Ray Claiborne and Rick Sanford as Bailey put on a fly move, tucked it up at the 20, gets the first down. 10:24, the clock moving here in the third quarter. Miami on the drive. They trail by 6. Two tight ends, Hardy, 84, and Ronnie Lee, 86 now for Miami. This is Del Williams. It's a good block and turns the corner. And taken out of bounds with a hard tackle at the 11-yard line. But he got a super block from Ed Newman, pulling from right guard for Miami.
Now this is what Fran and I have been talking about all night, expecting Miami suddenly to explode because New England has kept Miami in the game by its own game plan.
Simple pitch out. You see Kuchenberg get around, lead. Delvin Williams gets to the corner. That tackle's too late.
Short of the first down by about a yard and a half. Ball just outside the 11-yard line. And the crowd cheering the Miami Dolphins offensive unit on. Duriel Harris, bottom of your screen, number 82. We've been talking about him. Del Williams once again inside the 10. Gets the first down. It would appear again, dependent upon where it's marked. Del Williams coming into the night with over 625 yards. First down, the Miami Dolphins will have a first and goal inside the 10-yard line.
That's the man calling the signals, and his calls on the first two downs will be very interesting.
They really would. I'd like to see him throw it here because they haven't run that well all night against this team. He's got to get the ball in the end zone. Let's see what he does.
The time, hangs it up in the corner of the end zone where there are a couple of Patriots and a couple of Dolphins. Ronnie Lee was there along with Duriel Harris. Getting back was Rick Sanford, Tim Fox. Incomplete. It'll be second down and 10.
In fairness, Frank, to Woodley there, I think you'll agree, Fran. He got pressure. He had difficult vision.
That's right.
People all over him. And so it took him longer to throw the ball and would have been felicitous from his point of view.
Whatever that means. But they made the correct call. This is not a bad down to run a trap up the middle, though. Now they're expecting pass.
Second and goal to go. Again, Woodley with the time and underthrows or throws behind Del Williams. But again, good coverage by the Patriots. They were all over the intended receiver, Del Williams, specifically Bob Golick.
But Del Williams was open, Giff. Woodley has just not gotten to a rhythm of throwing the ball. Sometimes this happens to quarterbacks. He's only thrown really one good ball tonight. He had him open at the 5-yard line. He didn't deliver the ball.
That's true. And he got rid of it as quickly as he should have then.
He just is not playing with the confidence right now, and that's something that comes and goes, especially with young quarterbacks.
Wide receivers are Cefalo, 81, Nat Moore, 89, Elmer Bailey, 88. There'll be a single setback. Nathan, he works well out of the backfield as a receiver. Third and goal. And New England wants timeout. New England, apparently, headed by Steve Nelson, defensively decides they did not like the looks of that offense, so they'll expend a timeout. Steve Nelson will move to the sidelines.
And this is a break for the Dolphins. They get to come over to the sideline, get the play that they really want to use against the New England Pat defense. Let's see if they can get to come up with the right play. We'll be back.
If a man's slacks fit him too close for comfort, if he just can't stand to sit, then he needs Levi's Action Slacks, perhaps the most comfortable slacks a man can wear. The waistband and fabric stretch to give you more room when you need it.
Comfortable?
Comfortable. I could sit through a double feature now.
Oh.
Levi's Action Slacks from Levi's Sportswear, where quality never goes out of style.
Captain Gustav Niebaum sailed from Europe with a taste for adventure and a taste for fine wine. In 1879, he chose the Napa Valley, California for his great winery, Inglenook, a winery still known for its commitment to uncompromising taste. Come, taste Captain Niebaum's dream. Inglenook, the proud taste of California.
Dolphins have the football inside the 10-yard line, third down and goal to go. And David Woodley walks back into the huddle after conferring with Don Shula. Don Shula calling the plays for his rookie quarterback from LSU. And they had all that time, but they still haven't got it straight, apparently. Meanwhile, Steve Nelson has moved back into the defensive huddle for the New England Patriots. They're on top, 6-0 with 9:24 remaining in the third quarter.
Yep, it's not an easy call. Here, you really got to get the ball in the end zone. You got to throw it in the end zone. They still have people running on and off the field. They probably changed their mind 4 or 5 times.
Well, we have Nick Giaquinto in, the rookie from Connecticut, along with Tony Nathan. Giaquinto 35, Nathan is 22. And I'll tell you, they are really balled up. They've got the wrong folks in there, and now Shula's going to have to call timeout to get his people organized. And I'll tell you, a disciplined man like Don Shula does not like this.
I don't believe this, do you?
Well, I don't either.
Well,
it's like Sandlot football.
David will move over, maybe for a spanking, and we'll be back in the Orange Bowl after this.
Want the best V8 truck mileage you can get? Get a Chevy Special Economy truck.
All right, now Don Shula and his quarterback David Woodley have the kinks worked out of this, hopefully for them.
Yep, I can hardly wait for this play. We've had 2 timeouts in order to plan this play. They can put in a whole offensive playbook for this one. I can hardly wait.
Ladies and gentlemen, this might be one of the great moments in football. It has certainly been discussed.
If it's not...
Now, maybe New England will call a timeout on defense now, huh? Let's see.
Again, third and goal, 9:24 remaining in the third quarter. New England leading the Dolphins 6-0. Nat Moore, top of your screen. Cephalo split to the left. Giaquinto adjusts. Quickly, Woodley went to Bruce Hardy. He dropped the ball, but he would have been hammered by Rick Sanford had he not. Fourth down, we'll see the field goal unit.
Yep, I'll tell you what happened. New England came up and faked the safety blitz. They forced Woodley to get away from the play they had figured out on the sideline, go to a little audible, try to hit the tight end out in the flat. It would have made no difference whether he caught it or not. He wasn't going anywhere. That's inexperience. He's got to learn. Sometimes it's tough.
Well, if you went to the fridge for a freshman, you didn't miss anything. Uwe von Schamann. He's 9 of 16 for the year. David Woodley is the holder, as you can see, number 16.
He may kick for the corner.
27-yard attempt. All right, and Miami is on the scoreboard. 9:15 remaining in the third quarter. They're down by 3. And one of the longer, in terms of time, drives you'll see in football. We'll be returning to the Orange Bowl in just a moment. Creative direction by Chet Forty. The Starbrights under the direction of June Taylor performing here in the Orange Bowl, and the Miami Dolphins have shortened it up by 3. They are down 6-3. Uwe von Schamann to kick off. Horace Ivory is deep for New England, and von Schamann hangs it high. Ivory back to his 2-yard line. And Ivory out over the 20 to the 22-yard line. New England will have their possession from that point. Once again, a reminder, the import of this game, and that probably, at least in terms of New England's, why they're playing so close to the vest. Buffalo, a 10-4 mark on the season thus far. New England, 8-5. And they will play next week in Buffalo, or rather in New England. And then the following week, Buffalo has San Francisco closing out their season, or rather New Orleans, and New England will close out against San Francisco. First down and 10. The ball at the 22-yard line for New England. Calhoun, left side, finds an opening, runs into A.J. Dewey as he crosses over the 25 to the 26. Gain of 4. It'll be second down and 6. Don Calhoun, steady ball player, not spectacular, and there is a wonderful guest.
We are happily married men in this booth, but I want to tell you, we mean no infidelity when the three of us say this is one of the greatest ladies in the entire world. We're proud she's in our booth tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Mrs. Marie Lombardi, the widow of the greatest coach I ever knew, Vincent T. Lombardi. And thank you so much for joining us, dear. I love you. Enjoy the game.
Have an injured New England Patriot down on the field. He's being administered to. Sam Adams, the fine right guard, will be back in the Orange Bowl in a moment.
Wait till you see how good you can be with Minolta XG1.
Ever since Tony got a Minolta XG1, he thinks he's a great photographer. Great. Okay.
Depend on the automatic Minolta XG1 to give you clear, sharp pictures. It does the work. You take the credit.
Ever since Tony got a Minolta XG1, he is a great photographer.
For a limited time, get an XG1 and get a $25 rebate from Minolta. See your dealer now for details.
The Swinging Singles Club in Hawaii puts the Angels on the trail of a hired assassin.
One of the men who worked so long and hard and so many times almost anonymously in the pit, as they call it, Sam Adams being assisted from the field and has started for many years at that right guard spot for New England. Bob Kreider, we'll get a report as quickly as we can. Bob Kreider, #1 draft pick in '78 from Alabama, has moved in at right guard, number 75. It's second down and 7. Ball out of the 26-yard line for the New England Patriots. L. Jackson split to the right, top of your screen, Stanley Morgan. Vegas Ferguson as New England continues to keep it on the ground, and Ferguson takes a shot at the 29-yard line, short of the first down by 3 yards. It'll be third down and 3. Vern Den Herder initially there for the Dolphins. Rapidly paced game, and that is, quite frankly, because there hasn't been a whole lot happening. 3 field goals, and New England has 2 of them. They have the lead.
In another situation when you would ordinarily expect pass here, New England has been running.
Jackson goes left, out to the right. Here's Morgan. And swarming all over Matt Cavanaugh, the first man there, Tim Bocamper. Doug Betters was right with him, and then Vern Den Herder. But give Bocamper the sack.
Here goes Cavanaugh back in the pocket. Not much pocket. Good protection in the middle, but you'll see Bocamper come around the outside.
And the man assigned to pick him up was the man who replaced Sam Adams, Bob Kreider.
Well, Miami's going to get good field position if they can catch the punt, Howard.
Ubash to punt. Vassalou. Giaquinto deep for Miami. Ubash hangs it high. The fair catch is called for and is successful at the 46-yard line. So, your right fan, the Miami Dolphins will have good field position. They'll begin when we return at their own 46-yard line. 7:16 remaining in the third.
The problem is air. Because moving through it takes horsepower. The solution? A car high in back and low in front to cut drag and turbulence and increase efficiency. The 1981 Buick Regal. If you like the looks of our new Regal, that's fine. But we didn't make it better looking just to make it look better. The new aerodynamic Buick Regal. At your Buick dealer now.
Feeling any better?
This cold's the worst.
Here's some aspirin for the aching and fever.
But I'm also sniffling, sneezing, coughing. My head's stuffy, and tonight I gotta rest.
I was supposed to get you a sniffling, sneezing, coughing, aching, stuffy head fever so you can rest medicine?
That's NyQuil. Relieves aches and fever plus other symptoms. Aspirin doesn't.
NyQuil.
Sure wish I had some.
Be right back.
NyQuil, the nighttime sniffling, sneezing, coughing, aching, stuffy head fever so you can rest medicine.
While the Miami Dolphins have not offered anything scintillating in terms of offense, nevertheless, the close game being played by New England might have them in a bit of trouble. Miami, now down by only 3 points, has a 1st and 10 at their own 46-yard line. Off to the right is Nat Moore. Bruce Hardy split out in a wing position. The bottom of your screen on 1st and 10. Whitley on a rollout. And the young quarterback gets to midfield. A gain of 3 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 7. You tell me, Fran, was that a real play?
Yeah, that was a play. No, that was a real play. I think that was a bootleg. It's the first time we've seen Woodley run tonight. He's got ability to run. But, you know, Grogan had ability to run, too. He's 27 years old. Steve Grogan said, I'm so beat up, I feel like I'm 45. That's what running does for you.
I'll tell you, this youngster never did it to you.
I didn't run to run. I ran in the backfield to look for a receiver.
He ran to escape. David Woodley took over quarterbacking duties for the Dolphins when he was 21. He has just recently turned 22. 2nd down, 7. Delvin Williams. And now other Woody Bennett, the single setback, and he gets the 1st down at the 43-yard line, and Miami packing away.
Playing defensively the way New England has, they have brought Miami alive. Miami's last drive that led to the field goal, they had 10 offensive plays in the drive, only 14 in the entire first half. You can feel things changing as you watch. And New England has created this. Also a New England weakness, Dwight Wheeler. You can note it subtly because Betters has been beating up on him all night and getting to the passer. And we'll pick up in a moment. Frank?
With the 1st down and 10 for the Dolphins, 43-yard line of New England. Delvin Williams to the outside, and Steve Nelson is there, and he collects Williams. After a pickup of 1, it'll be 2nd down and 9. And Steve Nelson, well, every time you watch him, you look at this young man. He played for Ron Earhart at college, North Dakota State. He is really the heart and soul of this New England defense.
But as you watch the game, if Miami, which looks like they're coming alive a little bit, if they're to score, David Woodley's going to have to get on track somehow.
Now to finish on the Dwight Wheeler thing, he of course was the man who succeeded Leon Gray, the great one, who went to Houston after the tandem holdout with John Hanna. And Wheeler was supposed to be improving this year, but he is having a difficult night tonight.
2nd and 9. That's Matt Moore in motion. Play action by Woodley, and he draws a crowd and has to hang it up. And Mike Haynes was all over Del Williams. He knew he was going to get the pass rush off the blitz. He did. Woodley was able to get rid of it for the incompletion. It'll be 3rd down and 9.
What was it Greasy told us in his candid appraisal up here in the booth before the game about Woodley, Frank?
He has all the tools. He really does. His concern, and it's a real concern. I'm sure it's a concern of Don Shula's that at just barely 22 years old, that he really has not got fully into this game. Doesn't practice all that well, but he obviously has the natural talents. On 3rd and 9. Got a safety blitz and is picked up, and Woodley hits his receiver. Joe Rose, the rookie from California, he's going to be short of the 1st down, I believe.
Some play by Rod Schultz. He had the 1st down. Schultz denied him the 1st down.
Well, they're bringing the yardsticks, and that'll give Don Shula a chance to consider what he's going to do, because it appears to be about a half or 3/4 of a yard short.
I think he's short, too, but he's got to go for it here.
Of course.
Got to go for it.
What's he got to lose?
Absolutely nothing, and he needs to keep some kind of momentum going.
short. And Woody Bennett comes out, and David Woodley comes in, and Uwe von Schaumann stays on the bench. So on fourth down, less than a yard, the Dolphins will go.
You talk about Woodley having all the tools. There are a lot of quarterbacks, Howard Frank, that come into this league with the tools to throw and run. But the ones that make it again is like Mr. Greasy had no number 12 for the Dolphins. Mental toughness. He was consistent. And that's what it's going to take for Woodley to develop over the years. It's very difficult when you're only 22 to have that mental toughness.
And you can hit it big the first year or two and then suddenly come to grips with life, the way it's happened to Jimmy Zorn this year of Seattle.
They loved Jimmy for the first 3 years, and now this year they're booing him. And he will have to show that he can overcome that and persevere. I'm sure Jimmy Zorn will. Many people could come in and play for a game, as the young kid at Scott Brenner at the New York Giants did this last week. So you got to be able to do it week in and week out.
Fourth down, a little less than a yard to go. 4:36 remaining in the third quarter. Miami down by 3. Matt Moore is in motion.
The Pats were offsides. They didn't call it.
I don't think they did.
And he was clearly offsides, I thought. What did you think, Howard?
I thought he was offsides, and
Whitley taking it forward. Again, this will be a progress call by the officials. Judgment as to where his motion was.
I don't think he made it.
I don't think so, based on where they put the ball.
The Patriots do not think he's made it, but referee Jerry Seaman tells us he has. Very close to offside.
Let's watch the replay. Right over the left guard, you'll see a New England Pack jump up over him. Let's see if he's offside. He is not offside. The officials were right.
That was Steve Nelson.
The officials were right. I was wrong again.
All right, the first down is at the 33-yard line. Del Williams stays in with Woody Bennett, and this is Del Williams. Breaks it back inside, and a wise move as Del Williams spins for 9. That play designed to go outside, Fran. He just brought it back in.
Look at Kuchenberg lead on. It looked like there was nothing there. But the Dolphins are putting helmet on helmet. He breaks the tackle. You'll see more great tackles at the line of scrimmage, and he gets 9 yards.
He's a graceful back, Del Williams. Really something. He is quietly slipped up there to 22nd all-time in rushing in the NFL, as you'll see how much short he was of the first down.
I really think Kuchenberg is the greatest unsung graduate of Notre Dame I have ever seen in pro football.
Well, we've talked about it before. We've quoted Bob Lilly, who, one of the great defensive linemen, said that Kuchenberg's the best guard he played against. Now here's a situation, 2nd and 1. You've really got 3 downs to make this 1 yard. Here's a wonderful opportunity to try the pass. Let's see if they'll do it.
Well, now you got to relate to the fact that it's a kid quarterback. And I'm not so sure.
Plays being called, of course, by Don Shula from the sideline.
But he's playing in the big leagues. He's got to make big league plays. This would be a big league play.
Woody Bennett, right side, gets the first down. It would appear.
Howard, I'm going to tell you, Woody, you watch backs run. Woody Bennett knows how to run. I'm impressed with Woody Bennett.
The youngster came up as a free agent at the Jets a year ago after flunking out in Canada, and the Dolphins got him a few weeks ago as a free agent when he was released by the Jets. So we're going to pause 5 seconds as the Dolphins pick up their first down and allow our stations to identify themselves. In the Orange Bowl of Miami, sizable crowd considering their Dolphins are in Miami, 6 and 7 out of the playoffs, but of course a lot of tension on the part of the New England Patriots. They played it very close to the vest. They are in a duel with the Buffalo Bills in the Eastern Division of the AFC. After tonight, New England will have 2 games remaining, and their next game will be against Buffalo in Foxborough. Whitley has to throw it away. Nat Moore was out there. Nat Moore had Ray Claiborne all over him.
Good decision by David. It looked like he wanted to do stop and go. But Claiborne played it perfectly.
You know, you think about this young man at LSU. Well, it is interesting, but at LSU, he was an alternating quarterback. He really has not played that much time. He started after the 4th game of this season when Greasy went down. Don Strock was hurt, and that was we brought him in against New England when they lost 34-0, and he's a very green young kid.
And that's why Shula didn't trust him to pass when Fran suggested it. Instead, used Bennett on the run.
2nd down and 10. Bennett up the middle and a big opening, and Bennett is inside the 10, down close to the 7. Tim Fox made the save there, but right side of that line, Newman, Dennard, Loxo, they really open a hole.
Here it is, a little trap play right up the middle. Good blocking, but watch him break the tackle of Nelson here. That's as good a man tackling as you'll find. He broke it and he ran. I'll tell you, this young man knows how to run.
I love it. And the Jets let him go.
Well, I don't know what they saw that they didn't like about him. I'm sure they must have seen something. I don't know what it is.
At 3-11, the Jets let him go.
But he knows how to run.
First time he ever carried the football professionally in the NFL was right here for the Jets when he scored a touchdown, and that was a year ago. First down, goal to go. Miami bringing a lump to the throat to the Patriots, and here comes Bennett. And Bennett down around the 3-yard line. Tim Fox and Steve Nelson there defensively.
That's a delay of the game flag on Bennett for spiking the ball. It wasn't timeout. A very costly error by Woody Bennett.
Lost his head.
That might have been what the Jets didn't like about him, Howard.
Yep.
That is not good football, and it's cost his team 5 yards in field position here.
He lost his head totally.
Delay of the game.
That penalty picked up by former teammate of mine with the Giants, the head linesman Leo Miles.
A very proper call by the officials. A terrible, terrible thing to have happen to the Dolphins.
When was Leo Miles with you?
Late 50s, early 60s.
Delay of game, number 34, spiking the ball. Offense, the down count, 2nd down.
Here he is. He's going to spike it right there. He thought he should have scored. He's got to play within himself.
I'm not even sure, and I feel kind of bad for Woody Bennett. I'm not so sure that he even knew that there was a penalty that went with that. But of course, if you're a professional, those are things you have to know and have to be aware of and on top of. 2nd down and goal. Ball back at the 8-yard line. Giaquinto in there for Bennett, along with Nathan. Woodley. And Woodley is whacked. Getting in there fast. There's Rod Schote, Julius Adams. So Miami, they were down to the 2 a moment ago.
The worst place for the back, for you tackle to break down on the backside. Woodley never sees Adams. Looking for a receiver. He's lucky he didn't knock the ball loose.
Crosses all the way back to the 18-yard line. It's 3rd down, goal to go. Once again, New England leading 6-3 in a vitally important game for New England. This could be their season tonight, depending, of course, on the outcome of the 2 remaining games in the play of Buffalo. Here comes the pressure. Woodley, the completion. No, they're saying now they have marked it. Down at the 7-yard line, it was Nat Moore. Mike Haynes was covering, and Woodley was fortunate to get that off.
Very good throw by Woodley, but he just makes it a... Watch Nat Moore here, coming down the field out of the motion position, running out ball. You'll see Woodley throws the ball nicely. Moore has trouble handling it, but does get control before he goes out. Makes it a much easier field goal.
4th down, goal to go. The ball marked at the 6-yard line. Don Strock, reserve quarterback, holds for Miami. Uwe von Schaman, who is 10 of 17 thus far this year. The 24-yard attempt. That was a high snap, but Strock got it down, and von Schaman drilled it through the uprights. We got a tie football game. 37 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter. And now the burden falls right on the New England Patriots. They've been playing it tight. Let's see how they come back.
Christmas card was sent to you by the people at Miller High Life. Merry Christmas.
Well, 3 most happy fellas, but not a very happy New England team. You can't come into a game playing the way New England's playing, Frank.
Von Schumann will kick it off, and Horace Ivory's deep. 37 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Von Schumann kicks it to the left, and Ivory settles in, starts up the sidelines. And Horace Ivory with a return up to the 37-yard line, and you can understand how early in the season Ivory brought one back 98 yards for a touchdown against Baltimore.
Well, now we're on, and I'm not sure it's a happy occasion for you, but as I was saying, Frank, you just can't come into a game the way New England has come into this. Fighting for a playoff berth, you've got to go all out and be aggressive. They haven't done it.
I keep reminding only because it is of such importance to the New England Patriots. They trail the Buffalo Bills. The Buffalo Bills with a 10-4 record. New England with an 8-5. They could remain one game behind with a win tonight, and they play Buffalo next week at home. 1st and 10. Kavanaugh. Morgan. And Morgan down the sidelines, out close to the 45-yard line. Gain of 7. It'll be 2nd down and 3. A.J. Dewey pursuing Morgan there. That's what he been. You know what's going through it. He feels so bad about that, and it's just a mental error. It wasn't really that much of a spike, but it's not a bad call either.
You don't suppose Pittsburgh is rooting much for Miami, do you? They get a shot at San Diego in our last Monday night game. They can be back in it yet.
On 2nd down and 3, Calhoun gets the necessary yardage for the 1st down as we head into the final seconds of the third quarter.
We'll be back. Well, I just suggested that.
There it is. That's the end of the third quarter with the score tied at 6. And we'll return for fourth quarter action after this word from our local stations.
Sunday, it's the night of the blackout.
We just lost the whole city.
A night when anything goes.
I think you're assuming too much.
Am I?
Raymond Burr, George Sanford Brown, Linda Pearl, Don Meredith, and Robert Culp. The night the city screamed.
Today's cars, with newly designed engines, are built for performance and better mileage. And to help keep the new cars and all cars running the way they should, here's Amoco's lead-free choice. Quality Amoco lead-free in the blue pump and Amoco Super lead-free in the gold pump for engines that need high-octane performance.
And they're both seasonally blended for better starting and smoother warm-ups in winter.
You expect more from a leader.
It's a lonely kind of job, riding fences, but it's a job that's gotta be done. So you get it done right. And then you head for the mountains. Head for the beer that goes down smooth as a mountain stream. Brewed the natural way, so it's always as smooth as its name. Head for Busch beer. Head for the mountains.
I'm Judy Womack. Shopkeepers want to know if Santa Claus is coming to town and why he isn't here already. I'll have the details when Jerry Turner joins you with Eyewitness News after the game.
Roberto Duran, he took the title from Sugar Ray. The rematch, one of the most controversial in boxing. See it for yourself December 19th on ABC.
Matt Kavanaugh steps into the New England Patriot huddle as we begin the fourth quarter. The burden totally his. Steve Grogan unable to go tonight because of knee problems. Kavanaugh also has his own troubles with a left knee that's bothering him. And the Patriots have the football. 1st and 10 at their own 49-yard line. Earl Jackson in motion. Kavanaugh on 1st down. Will go to the air. Wes Francis down there, as was Stanley Morgan. It's incomplete. Tim Bocamper dropping deep. The protecting for Miami. Let's take a look at those third quarter stats.
And you'll see a remarkable change as you look at them in the flow of this game. Suddenly, Miami almost even in rushing yards. Passing yards still negligible. Total yards, New England dominant. But how much closer the time of possession is, because Miami ran 22 plays in the third quarter and only 14 in the entire first half. New England had only 8 plays in the third quarter. They had 33 in the first half. New England has let Miami back into this game, period.
Second down 10. Here comes the blitz. New England picks it up. Somebody should be open, and Cavanaugh tries to go out to his wide receiver, Harold Jackson, and Ed Taylor with a good defensive play. And Ed Taylor stepping into some big shoes. The number 1 draft pick, Don McNeil, unable to go because of an injury.
Here it is from the end zone. You see magnificent protection. He throws a curl-in pattern. But watch Ed Taylor come over the back and shake the ball loose. That's a good defensive play.
Well, he's been a surprise. He's another ex-Jet, and he has been a ferocious tackler.
As a Patriot down out on the field at the 40-yard line. Yes, White Wheeler.
Yes, I think it is Wheeler, yes.
Being treated by the medical staff, and now White Wheeler is on his feet. Wobbly. We'll be back.
When our band's cooking, the music smokes. But not me, because like a lot of my friends, I use Skoal smokeless tobacco. I just take a pinch of that good-tasting wintergreen flavored Skoal between my cheek and gum, and it gives me real tobacco pleasure without ever lighting up. So when you want something that smokes, listen to the Charlie Daniels Band. But when you want real tobacco enjoyment without smoking, try Skoal. A pinch is all it takes. Thank you. We appreciate it.
Announcing an important step ahead. New Chevy Blazer, the big shift for 81. Now, for the first time ever, you can shift a Blazer into four-wheel drive without stopping. The big shift for 81 lets you shift into and out of four-wheel drive without leaving the cab. The big shift for 81. Chevy Blazer, with significantly better EPA mileage estimates than last year. The big shift for 81. A revolutionary new system from Chevy. Chevy Blazer. Built tough, built for economy.
Dwight Wheeler went off, appears to be all right. Meanwhile, Sam Adams is back in at right guard for the New England Patriots, and Gary Petz, another former Jet, steps in at left tackle for the Patriots. 14:46 remaining in the game. Tied at 6. Game hold so important for New England. Cavanaugh, gimpy knee and all, is going to get the first down. Matt Cavanaugh, a tough cookie. I don't know whether that was designed or not. He might have automaticked it when he saw the defense. It sure looked like it.
That was designed, Giff. That was designed kind of three-step back, almost like a quarterback draw. He didn't go back very far. They pinched the nose man, and here he comes. This is a good run. Now, if he's hurt, he ought to play hurt all the time because he's got good movement, and it's a good, gutsy play by Cavanaugh.
That's the mental toughness you talked about, and he's got it.
Dwight Wheeler back in the game at left tackle, number 62, so he's all right. New England has the first down inside the 41-yard line of the Dolphins. Cavanaugh, the handoff is to Calhoun, and Calhoun hit there almost instantly by Vern Den Herter, the silent one that has anchored that left side for the Dolphins for 10 years now.
Well, you're right about that, Giff. He has been some player. I asked Ron Gary many times who's the best he's ever played on. He's played on some great ones. He thinks Den Herter's as good as any of them.
Never made the Pro Bowl. Oddly enough, went through those great years, the undefeated season of 72.
Well, what else is known? As we said a week ago, Chuck Noll has never been named Coach of the Year.
You're kidding.
Second down, 13.
It's true.
Harold Jackson up there at the top of your screen. He's been very quiet tonight. Flag is down as Cavanaugh. Short hops one out to Vegas Ferguson. I think they receivers. Jackson came in 31 receptions. Francis 33. Stanley Morgan 38 receptions on the year, and they have been absolutely idle tonight. Offside, Miami.
Remember, he stuck his tongue out at us. It did it again.
The whole world's going to say you cued him on that. Penalty be marked off against Miami. Down will remain the same. Here's our call.
Encroachment. Lining up offside. Number 58. Defense.
Jim Bocamper got his head over the line of scrimmage, obviously. Second down and 8. The ball advanced to the 38-yard line. Kavanaugh back. Going deep for Francis.
He got it.
And Russ Francis somehow comes down with it in the end zone using his height of 6'6". Beautiful play, working against Glenn Edwards and Don Veselu. They had him blanketed, and nevertheless, Francis came down with it.
I really don't know of another tight end in the world that can make that play. This was unbelievable.
Well, that's my all-world tight end.
I'm telling you, he did something right here. Great players make great plays. Kavanaugh threw it up. It was a well-thrown ball, but there are all kind of people around Francis. He catches it with pressure. It goes up, back in his hands. Unbelievable. Watch this. It'll hit in his hands. Great concentration. Watch his head concentrate on the ball. He never takes his eyes off the ball.
And that was a pass that Veselu, I think, thought he had intercepted. John Smith for the conversion. So New England has again taken the lead. They're out in front of the Dolphins, 13-6. We're in the fourth quarter of a game that could mean the season for the New England Patriots, and this man has helped a lot.
Here's to good friends. Tonight is kind of special.
So long, fellas. Hey, Jim, how you doing? I'm hot, cold, thirsty. Call me a cab. 10 minutes, I'll have you back at the lodge. I can't make it. 10 minutes, I'll have you back at the lodge drinking a Lowenbrow. I can make it.
When you want the taste of a truly great American beer, tonight, let it be Lowenbrow.
Where would I be without you guys?
Probably still out there in the snow somewhere.
Merry Christmas, Merry, Merry Christmas from your Kmart Christmas store. Save on bowling balls and skirts, sweaters, rods and wheels and shirts.
Cameras, TVs, bikes and plants, handbags, bath oil, slippers, pants.
Mirrors, perfume, gowns and socks, toasters, roasters, robes and clocks, candy, records, film and toys, and Santa lands for girls and boys. Christmas spotlight every face at Kmart's Christmas saving place.
Russ Francis coming down with the football in a battle with the Barrett Dolphins at the goal line from 38 yards out, and New England back on top. Francis, 2 receptions on the night for 50 yards, representing a lot of the New England Patriot passing offense. There's Veselu. Veselu from his 7-yard line drops the ball, and he is upended at the 21-yard line. Larry McGrew upsets Veselu, and now Miami, with 12:46 here in the fourth quarter, will move out on the field with their offensive unit.
Veselu suddenly running into hard times, went for the intercept on the touchdown pass, and that may have cost the touchdown. But there's that great tight end, Russ Francis, with a remarkable catch. Francis described his concentration. And the kid, Matt Kavanaugh, is showing us a lot of gizzard tonight. He's a quarterback with a future. Not the greatest thrower in the world, but nobody is better qualified than Fran Tarkenton to tell you can be a great quarterback even if you don't have the best arm.
Ball at the 22-yard line. First down and 10. David Woodley looking over the defense, changing something off. Hands off to Woody Bennett. And Bennett trying to rectify an error that perhaps caused Miami a touchdown. They had to settle for a field goal when he spiked that ball and got the delay of game. You saw him on the bench sobbing. And he will be a battling Miami Dolphin here in the remainder of the fourth quarter.
You go back to that touchdown drive of the Pats. One of the key plays, and maybe the key play other than Francis' touchdown catch, was Matt Cavanaugh, gimpy knee and all, running a quarterback draw play for 12 yards and a key first down.
Second down 9. Ball close to the 23-yard line. Single setback is Woody Bennett. Whitley going out to his tight end, and it's good to Ronnie Lee. And a fine pass by young David Woodley because Ronnie Lee was well covered.
Rick Sanford was all over it, and Rick Sanford really thought he should have had the interception. Watch it from the end zone here. Looking out to his right. He throws a strike, and he puts mustard on it, and that's the reason he got it out there. Sanford really never had a chance. He was in good position. The ball was just too well thrown.
First down is up at the 33-yard line.
Still waiting to see Woodley roll out, Howard, because he's a mobile rollout type quarterback.
Totally different offensive pattern from what we saw in the San Diego Thursday night game some 2 weeks ago.
Well, Williams is in there now with Bennett in the 24. Williams. But they come back with Bennett, and he's piled up after a gain of a yard and a half. Interior of the defensive New England line just closing down on Bennett.
Matt Cavanaugh, he puts the helmet on. He looks a little bit like Jimmy Connors.
You know, he had a great preseason. Remember that game against the Rams? He threw for over 300 yards and
4 touchdown passes.
And he came up against Oakland in preseason and almost pulled that one out when they were down, I think, 17-0. Second down and 8. Matt Moore goes up to the top of your screen. Duriel Harris stays in the game, getting more work tonight after being out for 4 weeks. He'll have to hurry. Goes to Del Williams, and Del Williams is taken there immediately by Mike Hawkins, who was just waiting for the pass to be complete. Loss all the way back to the 28-yard line. Loss of 5.
You know, we praised a few weeks ago the Miami offense and the game plan and the creative offense they had. Tonight, it hasn't been that, Howard.
Nope.
It just, you know, 2nd and 8. You know, that's a drawing the screen down. Defenses play for that. Obviously, the Pats were not fooled a bit, and they came up with a loss.
They're down 15. You'll see the pass rush. Tony McGee comes in. He's on the line of scrimmage, number 78. He never even considers run. He just turns it loose. They double team him, and Woodley will get it off. And he fires a strike out near midfield. Complete out there to Duriel Harris. Duriel Harris' first reception in 5 weeks.
I have been waiting to see Duriel Harris get loose. This is a great play.
Here he comes down the field. But again, the Patriots are playing so loose. They've got these guys open all day long. You don't even see the cornerback behind him. The linebacker almost gets in front of him, but the cornerback, Claiborne, never comes into view. They could do that all night.
Good combination and good pass blocking by the part of the Miami Dolphins line.
And the big play. A big first down.
They mark it at the 48-yard line. Bruce Hardy in the wingback spot, bottom of your screen. This is Delvin Williams. And Williams taken there, dropped for a loss of a yard and a half. Ray Hamilton was in there quickly from his nose guard position.
3 straight first down plays have been run. They've come up with nothing in 3 times. You've got to balance out the first down with some pass. Neither team has done it tonight. And consequently, not much offense.
Steve Grogan, of course, not seeing any action tonight. A couple of really sore knees, really troubled him a week ago against San Francisco. He just couldn't move around. He suffered those 6 interceptions. Second down, 13. Woodley again. This is Duriel Harris again, and Harris inside the 35 to the 33. Wide open, Duriel Harris.
Oh, did you make the point earlier, Fran, just within the past minute? How loose that play.
Well, here he comes down on Claiborne again. Watch how loose he is. He'll get open in the middle. I mean, he's just running away from him. Wide open, easy completion, pitch and catch.
I'll tell you, that's that deep speed they have to respect from Duriel Harris. They, quite frankly, just do not get that from Jimmy Cefalo.
I don't care if you've got 5 number 1 draft choices or how many they've got in that secondary. You cannot play man-to-man defense in this league. You've got to play some zone.
Not since you can't hit him anymore. First down and 10. Woody Bennett with a huge hole. Bob Kuchenberg out in front, and Woody Bennett down to the 20-yard line. It's another Dolphin first down. The crowd loves it.
Grows very interesting, doesn't it, folks?
All right, here comes Woody in the end zone. It's just a trap play again. Kuchenberg leads in. He doesn't find anybody to block. He's still looking for somebody. And Woody Bennett runs hard, and this time, look what he does with the ball. He just gently rolls it out of his hands.
Woody may wind up with a 90 or 100-yard night.
Yes, he may.
72 yards for Woody Bennett thus far. Surprise, quick opening plays for Woody Bennett tonight. Kennard, Kuchenberg, Newman doing a great job in the middle of the offensive line for Miami. Delvin Williams. And Williams carries forward for a couple. It'll be second down and 8.
But still, 4th straight time. Rush on first down, no pass.
And again, the clock, not that important a factor at the moment, but we have inside 7 minutes remaining in this game. New England leading 13-6.
Well, now they put the Dolphins in a pressured pass situation. Defensive line will get in a pass rush mood and strap their ears back, and here they come.
Second down and 8. Whitley goes with the screen. Del Williams. Looked like he could have broken it back inside. He does not. When he gets to the line of scrimmage, that's it. It'll be third down and 8.
Well, interesting pattern. Twice we've seen on this drive. Second and 8, they've gone to the screen pass. Twice they've come up with nothing.
Remember, that's the fella calling the plays. Right there. Don Shula.
He's doing a good job, even though it looks like he has played a very conservative game. He has a young quarterback out there. He thinks will be the quarterback of his future. He's not going to do anything to get him into too much emotional trouble if he can avoid it. Bring him along. There's a lot of years ahead of young David Woodley. And a big play at the moment. Third down and 8. Woodley has to hurry it. And he fires out complete to Giaquinto down at the 11-yard line, and that will be short of the first down as they mark it at the 12. Short by a little more than a yard.
Well, I don't see any choice. They've got to go for it.
There's no decision to make here. He's got to go for it. The field goal does nothing for him.
About a yard and a half for the first down. Play being brought in now. Joe Rose walks it into the huddle.
All right. Play selection here. Interesting. Really, they've got little choice. They've got to run the football. And if you've got a leaper in that tailback position, like Chuck Foreman used to be for the Vikes, you would leap over here at this particular time.
By the way, Chuck Foreman has seen 2 plays tonight, caught a third down pass for a first down. I don't understand that either.
Third and a yard and a half. Woody Bennett gets the first down, and Woody Bennett will be a star tonight.
Okay.
It'll be first and goal from inside the 10-yard line.
Now let's see what Shula calls again.
Well, the last time he was in this situation, he had first and goal at the 9. They called a pass on first down. It was incomplete.
That was the time that Woodley faced impaired vision and pressure, and he had to throw long.
And the clock continues. We have 3.5 minutes.
If he does throw, he should throw short around the 5-yard line to a back or a tight end.
Bennett. Bennett stays on his feet in the arms of Rick Sanford. Steve Nelson hit him initially, and they'll mark it back up for his progress. Had taken him just about the 9-yard line.
Well, hate to tell you, Francis, you're right. In my view, I'd have thrown a quick out to the tight end.
Here's the big decision. This is the ball game here, the next couple of plays. And again, I wouldn't throw to the end zone in this situation. I think you got to throw the ball 4, 5, 6 yards down the field. Get it down inside the 5.
Second and goal. The ball inside the 9-yard line. Whitley rolling out, giving himself an option. Fires. Yes, Matt Moore got the deflection. Matt Moore took the deflection, and Don Shula sprints down the sideline and hugs his young quarterback.
Just like they threw it up on the board. Hit Rose and go to Nat Moore. You're right, Shoes. You got it, buddy.
It was off the hands of Joe Rose, and Nat Moore, alert as he always is, came down with it, and Miami is a point away from the lead.
There is nothing like a little bit of luck.
A point away from
Let's look at the
time.
end zone. He uses Woodley here. Look at the end zone. Rolling out. I like this. He's got mobility. He get outside. He buys some time. He sees Rose down the field. He throws a pretty good wall. Rose should have caught it. Been a good catch. But he knew Nat Moore was over there. He just flipped it over to him. But Claiborne thought Rose was going to get it too. Left Moore. What a play by Nat Moore. Look at that. Yes, sir.
Von Schaman, he's on to tie it up with the conversion. Don Strock will place it down. 2:28 on the clock. And they love it in Miami. This game is tied up because of an alert Nat Moore.
All right, here we go. You'll watch David Woodley roll out, a planned roll out. They give him plenty of time. He throws to Rose. The only place he could throw was a high ball. He did. Rose missed it. Over to Moore. What a play by Nat Moore.
And just in bounds. Just.
Well, New England has 2:28 on the clock. It's tied at 13. They have 3 timeouts. We'll be back.
Welcome to Club Atari. What's your pleasure? Breakout? Here's something new. Circus Atari.
Cartridges, video chess, football. Cartridge, sir? Fez is here.
We meet again, Fez.
Yes, a little game of Space Invaders, perhaps. What shall we play for?
For fun, of course.
No other company offers you as many different video game cartridges as Atari.
If we told you our car had a 4.1-liter V6 engine and a computer command control system, you'd think it was sophisticated. If its standard equipment included power windows and seats, air conditioning, even AM/FM stereo, you'd think it very complete. And with mileage like this, you'd think it quite economical. Think you'd buy a car like that? Good. Just see your Buick dealer and ask for the Electra Park Avenue.
Bowl. At least in terms of action, not the most exciting game, but in terms of drama, it definitely is. Horace Ivory is settled in at the 5-yard line to take the kick of Von Schaman. This is Horace Ivory. Watch out. Ivory, a dangerous return man, and Ivory is out over the 45 with a 46-yard line, giving New England really fine position.
This is exactly what they wanted, as you know, Fran, because it's not that far to field goal range now for John Smith. They've got 2 minutes and 15 seconds to work with as you look at the scoreboard clock. And now let's see what New England is made of, because this has been a very poorly played game from New England's point of view.
And what New England should want to do here is get in position to kick the field goal, but also use all the clock and not give Miami a chance to come back. That's equally as important.
New England has 2 timeouts. They have John Smith, their field goal kicker. His longest kick of the year has been 44 yards, yet they have let him attempt kicks of much further. Vegas Ferguson following John Hanna to midfield for a gain of 3. It'll be 2nd and 7.
What can I tell you?
And we could get the 2-minute warning unless Miami stops the clock, and they do not. So 2 minutes remain in regulation play. The ball right at midfield is 2nd down and 7. We'll be back in the Orange Bowl in a moment.
I'm quarterback Joe Theismann.
I'm photographer Scott Barrow.
I rely on my quickness, my arm, and my big buddies.
I rely on my Canon AE-1. With a quick auto winder and a powerful telephoto lens, I can catch the throw and catch the catch.
It's my turn now. Going out for a pass.
All right.
With the AE-1, it's easy to shoot like a pro. The incomparable Canon AE-1. So advanced, it's simple. Canon, the photographic consultant to the National Football League.
I've always been involved with food and wine. My father's French, and I grew up with fine French wines. But I'm not a wine snob. I often serve quality California wines, mostly Gallo Chablis Blanc. It always has great taste, and when you entertain as much as I do, that's important. Believe me, the more you know about wine, the more you appreciate Gallo.
Chablis Blanc, from the winery of Ernest and Julio Gallo.
There's electricity brewing far below the Goodyear Blimp Enterprise as she hovers over, and as you can see, the night is spectacular here in Miami. The New England Patriots, however, not even considering the weather, they have a different problems on their hands, and it's the Miami Dolphins. New England Patriots trying to stay within 1 game of Buffalo in the Eastern Division of the AFC, and Chuck Foreman has come into the game for the Patriots. 2nd down and 6. Ball right at midfield. 2 timeouts remain for New England.
Total plays New England 33 in the first half, only 14 in the second half. Just the reverse. Miami 36 in the second half, 14 in the first half.
Matt Cavanaugh. Certainly the biggest game of his pro career. Gets the screen off, and it's Chuck Foreman. And Foreman stretches forward, getting the first down at the 43, but time is also a key item. Cavanaugh calling for his wide receivers to hustle back.
I wonder who remembered he was on the team.
Well, it's interesting. They haven't played him the entire night. Now they get into the most critical part of this game, the most critical part of their season, a must-win. Now they've got him in there.
Butterflies must be churning in the stomach of John Smith, the field goal kicker for New England. They need to move closer. Beautiful shot by Cavanaugh. Complete to Harold Jackson. That's his first reception of the night, and it could not have taken place at a more opportune moment. And that was a great pass.
This kid, you're right. This kid is a player.
Look at him. He's working that huddle. I mean, he knows he's in charge out there. He's leading that team. That's what you got to be, and he's doing it.
1st and 10. Ball at the 26-yard line. Jackson in motion. You see the seconds ticking away. Andy Johnson battling, and we'll see a timeout now by Cavanaugh. He'll have 40 seconds remaining in the game, and Cavanaugh will move over to talk with Ron Earhart. And place kickers have no one to talk to. They live a lonely life. There he is, John Smith. I told you earlier, his longest kick of the season thus far, a 44-yard effort. He has tried several much further, and he could be on the spot in just a moment.
Looking for top mileage? Chevy offers 6 new trucks rated at 20 mpg or better. Now that's top mileage. There's the Chevy diesel pickup, Chevy El Camino, the new 6-cylinder special economy truck, the new V8 special economy truck, Chevy Love 2-wheel drive, Chevy Love 4-wheel drive. That's more kinds of trucks rated at 20 mpg or better than anyone else. So if you're looking for a top mileage pickup, you know where to look. Look to Chevy. Chevy trucks, built for economy.
RCA wants you to see the right color. Does your television automatically capture all these subtle shades of blue in this ocean of color? ColorTrack 1981 can. With RCA's exclusive detail processor, ColorTrack separates detail from color, refines it, then locks the right color on track. Even colors only subtle shades apart. Color Track 1981. RCA is making television better and better.
63,000 looking on as the New England Patriots, driven by Matt Cavanaugh, a backup quarterback to Steve Grogan, have moved to the 23-yard line of the Miami Dolphins. 40 seconds remaining in the game. New England has one timeout remaining. The game is tied at 13. A field goal from this position would mean a 40-yard effort by John Smith. Foreman goes ahead to the 20. Now we're looking at a 37-yard field goal.
It's been a dramatic ball game, but it's suddenly been placed in total perspective for us. I'll finish this. They're in the hurry-up offense.
3rd down 4. Foreman. It'll be 4th down. Cavanaugh will let it run down for one final attempt. He'll let the seconds tick off to give Miami no opportunity whatsoever. Timeout is called. 3 seconds remaining. John Smith is on the line. And I don't care what's on the line, Howard. You have got to say what we know in the booth.
Yes, we have to say it. Remember, this is just a football game, no matter who wins or loses. An unspeakable tragedy confirmed to us by ABC News in New York City. John Lennon, outside of his apartment building on the west side of New York City, the most famous perhaps of all of the Beatles, shot twice in the back, rushed to Roosevelt Hospital, dead on arrival. Hard to go back to the game after that news flash, which in duty bound we had to tell. Frank?
Indeed it is. 3 seconds remain. John Smith is on. The holder is Cavanaugh.
Any pressure on John Smith here? Blocked.
It has been blocked, and we will go to overtime.
But look at Matt Cavanaugh chasing that ball down, trying to pick it up and score. What a competitor he is. Boy, that's something.
Crowd, 63,000 plus. This is one on their feet.
Now you'll see the block come from the middle. Cavanaugh's the holder. Somebody breaks through. Looks like it's a low kick, though. The ball was really kicked. There wasn't that much better. Watch Cavanaugh, though. Get up here. He's chasing this ball. There he goes, trying to get a hold of it.
There was a wild discussion. We looked for a flag. There was no flag. We will go to overtime. There'll be a 3-minute intermission. And we will play until the first score.
Frank, to me, this game, as you look at Cavanaugh, to me, this game symbolizes why Shula is a truly great coach. His team out of the running. And yet, when it mattered most, they played their most spirited, and it reflects their leadership.
Referee Jerry Seaman reminding both benches of the rules that govern play in overtime. And, of course, each team allowed 2 timeouts. There's a 3-minute intermission. And I do not understand the wild discussion that took place following the blocked field goal. In any event, we will move to overtime. There will be a flip of the coin. And in 3 minutes, we will resume our action. Captains have moved out to midfield. They'll give the coin toss there, and we'll be back with the sudden death period after this word from our local stations.
Wednesday, a heavenly problem on Vegas.
A nun's got a deed to my hotel.
It's the little things you do today that make tomorrow bright. It's the extra effort every time that makes it turn out right.
Here today and here tomorrow, through those highs and lows, learning to understanding
season. That is the first tiebreaker. But New England, should they win the remaining games, they would have the best one-loss record within their division. Miami will receive as we begin overtime play. Hubash strips it up. Don Veselu has dropped for Miami. Second overtime for our ABC cameras in less than 3 weeks here in the Orange Bowl. San Diego defeating the Dolphins, as you recall, on a Thursday night in overtime.
That was the occasion when it looked like Woodley was going to carry his team down to the victory. Instead, Woody Lowe got the intercept, and on came San Diego.
Veselu from his 6-yard line. Flag is down as Veselu spins and twists out to the 29-yard line.
A moment ago, you folks saw the statistics, and you must have noted that Miami had virtually evened up the time of possession. In this game, the key statistic.
Clipping, obviously, will work against Miami, and that'll back the Dolphins up. If you are having a little bit of a difficult problem with our audio, it's because we have a technical problem here from the Orange Bowl in Miami. We'll try and clear that up as soon as possible.
That's the statistic we told you about as we opened the broadcast.
The official call.
Personal foul. Clipping. Number 59. Receiving team on the run back.
Steve Shull, the rookie from William and Mary, clipping for Miami. The ball has been brought back to the 13-yard line. A lot of real estate ahead for Miami. Again, in the overtime period, each team allowed 2 timeouts. Or was it the Tampa Bay-Green Bay overtime game with the full length of the quarter? And then, if that should happen, it becomes a tie. Woody Bennett, single step back. He adjusts. Bennett taken there by Rod Choate as he moves over the 15 to the 16-yard line.
There we go. The first really true rollout we've had the entire night. Very safe call, very safe play. They got 3 or 4 yards out of it. That's not all bad.
And you always have that chance that the back working against the linebacker will break it off and get additional yardage.
The important thing for Miami here is to get at least a first down or 2 so they don't give up field position to the back.
The crafty bunch of Dolphins here tonight. Came up with the deflection off the hands of Rose, the tight end. Alertly, Nat Moore got the touchdown. They blocked the field goal attempt of John Smith. Now they battle in overtime. Delvin Williams. And Delvin Williams taken quickly there. It was number 85, Julius Adams. Gain of a yard. It'll be 3rd and 7.
In case the folks missed the earlier news flash, ABC News has confirmed that John Lennon, a member of the famed Beatles, maybe the best-known member, was shot twice in the back outside of his apartment building in the west side of New York tonight, rushed to the Roosevelt Hospital, dead on arrival. An unspeakable tragedy. Details on Nightline 30 minutes after the end of this contest.
Tony Nathan, single setback. 3rd down, 7. Woodley fires a strike. Elmer Bailey, and that is 11 out of the last 12 passes that Woodley has completed. The first down is out to the 40-yard line, and this youngster perhaps coming of age here in the second half of the game against New England.
Well, they're working on Claiborne, man-to-man coverage, and Elmer Bailey makes some catch. The ball is high. He comes into the middle. Watch him go up and get it, and he's going to get hit. Oh, that's some play by Bailey. Good concentration. But they continue to work on Claiborne.
Kid played for Minnesota. Wonder how Bud Grant missed him.
He does have that blinding speed. We know that. Claiborne obviously aware of it. Laying off. Bailey now twice has worked well underneath him. On first down. And he goes back to the ground. They give it to Woody Bennett. He tries to peck along the line of scrimmage, but he's stopped. With a gain of perhaps a half a yard. It'll be 2nd down and 9.
That was was a big completion Mr. Woodley came up with to get him out of the hole.
I think John Madden made an excellent point yesterday in his call of the Atlanta-Philadelphia game. If you're ahead, you play one way. If you're behind, you play another way. But if you're tied, you play safe. You play for the first down and get to field goal position.
Woodley on 2nd and 9. This will be a hassle for and out. Duriel Harris comes down with it. Tim Fox took a wave at the ball. Duriel Harris, concentrating, came up with it, and Miami is at the 6-yard line of the New England Patriots.
Now, I don't believe this. I don't believe this. There's no way he can catch this ball. Now they went to his own defense. That's not Clayburgh's man now. He's down the field. There's a defensive back right there on him. 48, Tim Fox, they both go up. Duriel Harris comes down with the ball.
That's why they miss that man so much. He is a great, great deep receiver. Now we're in the situation Chuck Knox faced yesterday.
I was just looking down to see what Don Shula would do.
Knox didn't want to risk a turnover, didn't want to waste any more time.
Nor does
you win it
Don
with a
Shula.
field goal. They had gone only 5 minutes and 18 seconds into the overtime. Knox had Mickey Meyer kicked, even though he had missed too early.
Von Schaumann has come on for the field goal. Woodley, 12 of his last 13 have been complete.
The kid has persevered, you're saying, Gib, after a tough...
Duriel Harris had been out 4 weeks, made a token appearance last week against the Pittsburgh Steelers, was not used, however, as a receiver. Came back tonight. He's made key receptions on the touchdown drive. And now for almost an inexplicable reason, Tim Fox went up, waved at the ball, and Duriel Harris came down with it.
All right, here he goes. It's his own defense. Tim Fox is safety. He's got the coverage deep. Clayburgh had it short. Fox is in perfect position to make the play. Duriel Harris goes up, times the ball perfectly, makes the play. You know, tonight, David Woodley has really come of age even more than we saw him 3 weeks ago.
I tell you, this team has shown some spirit.
But in Woodley's case, Howard, he was going poorly the first half. He was struggling. He had no rhythm. But he found out for himself that you got to hang in there. You got to stick to it. You got to persevere. And if you do, you have a chance, and he did tonight.
If this kick is good, the jinx continues.
Woodley, 12 of 13, 159 yards in his last 13 attempts. Bob Kuchenberg, reliable, will do the snap duties. Don Strock will put it down, and Von Schaumann can win it. 11:45 remaining in overtime.
Goodbye.
3 minutes, 15 seconds of overtime, and the Miami Dolphins have upset the New England Patriots and taking a very difficult road ahead for New England. They dropped to an 8-6 record behind Buffalo at 10-4, and they'll be blowing the lights out in Buffalo right now. They will play Buffalo next week, and then Buffalo closes out their season against New Orleans, while New England will close out against San Francisco.
What this means is that the Pittsburgh Steelers are not yet dead. They've got a chance to beat San Diego, and if Oakland were to lose another, the Steelers are very much alive.
We want to remind you, tonight on Nightline, we'll be looking into what are the United States options should the Russian troops invade Poland. Tonight, ABC News Nightline examines this question. Ted Koppel will talk live via satellite to Russian journalist Vladimir Posner in Moscow, and also tonight, a report that we gave you earlier on the tragic death of John Lennon. That's Nightline, 30 minutes after the game, 11:30 on the West Coast over most of these ABC stations.